Welcome to She Said That Out Loud, a place where we have inspiring, simple dialogue of our thoughts and ideas about concerns we face today. Right now, we may feel like we're living in uncertain times. Every time we turn on the news, we hear a new story that contradicts the previous story. One minute we're told to wear N95 masks, then the next minute we're told to make our own. And we know that the N95 mask was specifically created to protect from specific pathogens and disease. Dr. Sanjay Gupta was on the Late Show and he said, I quote, "Panic doesn't serve any purpose." And in my experience, when fear crosses over into panic, it can turn into anxiety. And when it gets to that point, I know I have to get a hold of it before it gets out of control, because that could lead to other behavioral conditions. And we'll talk about that later. But 5 years ago, I learned to meditate, and my teacher taught me how to calm my mind. Now, this is an ongoing practice. This is not anything that you learn and then you put down. This is something you have to continuously do. As long as you're alive, you're going to have thoughts. So it's a way to calm your mind to get a hold of those thoughts. And anxiety is normal to a certain extent. And in my opinion, we all have anxiety. Now, the normal anxiety, meaning it's appropriate for the situation. So it's how we respond when we're uncertain about an outcome of something. So when my husband was diagnosed with a serious health condition, we were worried. And there should be some worry, because it should motivate you to get off your behinds and start making changes. I mean, it literally puts things into perspective. So anxiety can motivate you to make the change for the better. You don't blow it off. You take action. So it's appropriate worry about things in life. And as things get better, we release it and we let go of the anxiety and we move on to the next situation. I realize that there's a lot of people that's lost their jobs due to this coronavirus. And they're worried about their bills and worried about how they're going to take care of their kids and worried about, are they going to lose their home? And that can easily go from worry to depression. If anything, if you have to think of anything over and over and over again, if you think of it more than 6 times, I'm just going to say 6 times, I'm just throwing that out there, just throwing out a number, it's worry. If you keep thinking about it over and over again, it's worry. And when I feel like there's no sense of control, that's when I start to feel more anxious. And that's okay. But I don't stay there long. I do whatever it is that's necessary to calm down. Because it don't feel good. You can tell when you're feeling good and when you're not feeling good. And being worried and stressed and depressed and anxious and anxiety, that don't feel good when it stays there for a long time. Because if we stay in anxiety for a long period of time, it starts affecting your health and our state of mind. It can wear down on us physically and mentally. It's the self-talk and the stories that we tell ourselves. And a lot of times we make up stories. We make up stories. I don't know why we make up stories. I heard Brene Brown say, we make up stories when there's a lack of knowledge. Okay. I just answered my own question. I answered my own question. That's exactly what we do. We start making up stories when we don't have an answer, so we just fill in the blanks. And this virus has no respect of person. And I accept that there's things that I cannot control. So I focus on the things that I can control. And this may be something just as simple as washing my hands and not touching my face. Because these are the things that we do unconsciously. And I'm sure that, and I'm noticing that when I wash my face, when I wash my hands, wash my face, I had to start washing my face as well. But if I wash my hands, some kind of way I end up touching my face, whether it's a bump I'm picking on or whatever it is I'm picking on. And I didn't realize that until you start focusing on the things that you need to change, you start figuring out patterns. You started figuring out patterns and you don't even realize that there's certain things that you're doing. But this time and in this season, it gives us time to look at things that need to be changed. This virus has no respect of person. Since most businesses are closed, it allows me to have more control over keeping myself and others safe. We have to find creative ways to connect with each other. If this virus has not gotten your attention, I don't know what will. I mean, we had to come up with some creative things to figure out how to deal with each other in the same house. So we had to come up with different things, and it was just randomly, not anything that was just like we sat down and planned. But, Sky got an idea and said, hey, let's paint. And she bought some canvases and some paint and things like that, and we had a little contest. Then somebody else said, well, what about game? Let's play this game. Let's play that game. So then we started playing games, and we were having a good time. We've been cooking together as a family. We've been taking turns. So you do learn to work together as a team in a time of crisis. I've been able to call friends and family that I haven't spoken to a long time. So use this time to connect with people more. We all have the downtime. There's no more, I have to leave an hour early to get to work and account for this. The time that you would use in a commute, now you can use that to make a phone call to somebody, check on somebody, see how they doing, start building and connecting with people again. You can even have family meetings on Zoom or Google Hangout. And just have everybody on the video, everybody looking at each other and laughing. We can use this downtime to socialize virtually. Structure your day. I work from home, so if you're not working, you can get up, get dressed, go outside, and reflect on the things that you still can do. As long as you are alive and on this planet at this time, there's something that you can do. Always look ahead to what you can do and what you can accomplish once this passes, because it will pass. Go outside more. They didn't say it was a nuclear blast and we had to stay inside to avoid exposure. They said that we had to stay 6 feet apart away from each other because we don't know who's been exposed to the virus. Spend some time outside in the fresh air and in natural sunlight. Getting closer to nature is calming, and it will help distract you from every body sensation. That's all for now, and in the meantime, stay well.